Okay, this is the first video of 2018 in my garden, and today is, well, we're about halfway through June. I could have taken one earlier, but I really didn't have everything planted. There was a ton of weeding to be done. I'm still not done. To explain what I'm doing this year, I'll probably be getting rid of these tarps here, but you see the black plastic that is back there. There's going to be that in between the rows and over the rows, with the exception, whoops, my finger again. I can never keep my finger out of the way. Hi! The rows where there's stuff like this growing, beans and peas and things, you can't really. And back there, the corn. But everything else will have, pretty much will have black plastic over it, and around these edges too, everywhere you see dirt. I've been using a hoe to remove all the weeds. There's new ones coming up. I need to get the stuff down. This time I'm not going to use all these bricks. I'm going to be removing all the bricks and using fabric tacks. And I'm going to try leaving it down for the winter and see if that works. That might make things easier next year. I'm getting rid of my rototiller. As I'm getting older here, it just becomes backbreaking. When I rototill these raised beds, they go down. And then I have to hold them back up into a raised bed. So it's just too much on the back. Even though the rototiller is easy, I think from here on out, I'm doing a square foot garden method, which is, these are the same rows from last year. I just take my spade down in there, add some soil condiments and additives, and plant the plant. And so we'll take the tour, and I'll tell you how things have been going. Every year is different, that's for sure. I got a pH meter this year. I found that in these pots, the pH is more acidic. So unfortunately I didn't mix any lime in, so it's not going to get any better, but maybe next year I'll be aware of that and I will put lime in there. Or maybe, I don't know, there's a couple things that don't grow or they all die out, and then when the point when it comes where I can till it, I'll put some lime in. But got to get the, I don't know why the pots are all around the place here. They're all more acidic than the actual ground is. There's probably a good reason for that. Oh well, I don't know what this is coming up in this first one here. I'm not sure. The second one I planted cucumbers, and I'm not having any luck at all so far growing cucumbers this year from seeds. Or not much luck. I got a few of them growing. Cucumbers in general are doing poorly, and I'll show you why. I'm wondering if it's actually, in some cases, too, I don't know, I was thinking too alkaline. But these are, they measure as being too acid. So there's, I bought them from the nursery, that's Swiss chard, and we get some others in other places. And I want to have some early Swiss chard. Tempted to go buy some more, but I'm starting a bunch by seeds. I think I'm going to have to grow some inside here. These are squash plants growing from seeds, which are doing well enough. And I will be transplanting them as they get bigger here into a couple of other places, or leaving them in the pot. Okra, as marked, is here. My own Swiss chard is here. Seems to be coming up a ton of it. I'm going to have to move some of these to other pots, but or to the actual garden. But definitely, and this is supposed to be leeks down there. I've never grown leeks before. They grow these tall, long, skinny little things. Hopefully they survive. This was supposed to be, I think this is supposed to be Trombosino, but I'm not sure. I can't read the thing I marked there, but it's not growing. I've tried, here's some more Trombosino. I planted it in several places. Nothing, you can see, nothing coming up at all. Zucchini again right up. So squashes, that probably is yellow squash over there coming up, and these are zucchinis. Can't get the damn Trombosino to germinate. There was a problem last year too. Last year I found that the bean wall grew better out of the pots than in, so I've tilled and planted it all along this wall. And look at the crap I'm getting, and this you can see it's eaten, or it never comes up at all. It just gets destroyed almost at birth. What did come up, and not a lot came up, so very disappointed. That's the one healthy one that looks like it's here, and that may not last. See what happened to these? I think they just get eaten by insect or something. Maybe there's something I can spray on these early on in, and then I won't have to later on, but I need better germinating seeds and something to stop these things from getting destroyed. So all along this wall here, I was going to have them, but I'm not having much luck. I'll keep trying. I'll keep putting more in. I'm thinking of getting some newer seeds, put that in, and then find out what kind of spray I can put on them and apply that as well. And early on in, anyway, there's no fruit on them yet. So it doesn't matter at this point, just get them growing, you know? And then I'll worry about it. Here there is some cucumbers. Now here, another problem I've been having this year, the cucumbers. So beans, cucumbers, trombosino, those are probably my big bad bitchin' items, you know. As you can see, they're yellow. I read that yellow is what leaves turn when the soil is too alkaline. That they'll turn yellow and wilt away, but yet the soil is more alkaline than those pots are. So I don't know. I do have some cucumbers growing in the pots on the deck, and they're actually doing rather well. I'll try to get a shot of them. So maybe a little bit of acidity is good. I got to look up pH levels for things. These are doing pretty well. Those are, oh, somebody's calling me. I don't know if I can pause this. She doesn't know I can't pause this. There's no way of pausing this. And she's yelling at me. And I don't think, was this pause? I may have to do a part 2. I don't know. I don't know. There's no pause that I can find. This is beans. Again, the problem of things being eaten. And over here, I've removed all of the blackberries. And we got lots of morning glories coming up. So the wall of glory will be all along this fence, I would assume. More cucumbers again turning yellow. This is Brussels sprouts inside of homemade cages that I am making with wire and tie wraps. See the tie wraps to hold them together. And then staking down either with stakes like that or like this to keep them from coming up with the critters. Also, there is broccoli down underneath there. So that's part of that experiment. Seems to be doing okay so far. Lots of this is a row of lots of different squashes and a couple more Brussels sprouts. I'll have to build bigger cages eventually. This row is the row of corn. That's another row of squash. And then we get into the tomatoes. Another whole row of tomatoes there. And another whole row of tomatoes. And that's pretty much it. These two, I paid $6 for. That's why they're so much higher. This one is, one's big tomatoes and one's small. This one's actually starting to form some tomatoes than the large one. I think these are small cherry tomatoes. We're going to see if I get tomatoes sooner doing this. If I do, I'll continue to do it in other years. I'll get a couple of the plant. I had to dig all this area out. It was completely overgrown. And I left only in here the Jerusalem artichokes. I planted a little bit of asparagus along the edge here. See if that'll grow up. And I'm going to plant outside here, after also digging up crap that's outside. I'm going to plant some rhubarbs. I think I'm going to order it to get it cheaper. And I think that's going to be it. I gotta go.